Well, good morning, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday to you. You made it. Steve Collins coming to you from somewhere in between San Antonio and Houston, the second most powerful, passionate, purposeful coach and speaker in the world. Hope you guys are fired up. We had a conversation earlier this week about God, family, and business as a priority and as a standard and as a value system. And my goal in that was to help people understand how that works and the language around it. Today I would like to give you an example of what that actually looks like and how it plays out. Okay, so that's what we're going to do right now. By the way, look, I'm driving with no hands. Look, I'm driving with no hands. I'm just kidding. Angela's driving. All right, here's an example of it. Right here, right now, this video today, me sitting in the passenger seat with Angela over here with my Beats. Let me tell you why. We had certain plans. Angela's competing this weekend in Houston, and we had certain plans set into place where she was going to travel up there with somebody, and then I was going to travel with my daughters tomorrow. And we had several things occur in our life that changed that circumstance a day before. Now, when that came up, I have had 19 years of practice of how to figure that out. So here's what happened. The 4 clients that I was going to be coaching this morning in person, it was as simple as me stepping into a creativity to say, hey guys, we had a change in family. And by the way, you gotta be real, you gotta be authentic, and you always gotta tell the truth. When you're real and you're authentic and you tell the truth, you give the good Lord opportunity to work in you. When somebody tries to be deceptive, or they try to hide something, or they try to minimize something, now you're doing it all on your own. You're just doing it all on your own. But when you walk in truth and integrity, then you create opportunity for the good Lord to touch hearts and just do his thing, which is really cool. So that's why, like a conversation I had with my son one time when he said, something like, well, Dad, you're a hypocrite. I said, no, son, I'm not a hypocrite. A hypocrite is somebody who says, I do this and I don't do this, and then they do the opposite. I said, I'm not a hypocrite. I'm a freaking screw up. Okay? There's a difference. A hypocrite says, I don't do that. I don't deal with that. And then they do it. A screw up is like, dang, I freaking screwed that thing up way bad. And so authenticity has power. Doesn't make the screw ups okay. King David never had the sword leave his household, and he was never at peace the rest of his life after his mistakes. He still had his heart towards the Lord, but he had a massive amount of consequences he had to deal with that broke his heart for the rest of his life, even though he was still a man after God's own heart. So you have to be, first of all, honest. You have to walk in truth. Next, you have to make sure that you are choosing to be in business with people who want you to win as much as you want them to win. So let me give you an example. I called all 4 of my clients and I said simply this: here's the change of plans and here's what I am prepared to do. Would you be willing to do the phone call while I have Angela drive and we do the phone call coaching appointment? And I've got their files here and everything that I need to do what I do on a normal basis. Every single one of them, unequivocally, without question, said, absolutely, Steve, let's do it. And we even had a couple that said, oh, you don't even have to call, just enjoy your time there. I said, no, I enjoy my time coaching, and this is what I do. I want to help you. One conversation can change your life, can change my life. Let's do it. And they said, okay, let's go ahead and do it. That being said, be in business and be in relationship with people who want you to win as much as you want them to win. And third, recognize that it's your creative ability to choose the reality that you can solve the problem, rather than saying there's no way I can do it. Because when you say there's no way you can do it, your brain shuts off all creativity. Your brain will listen to what your mouth says, and when you say, well, I don't think it can be done, guess what? You're right, it can't be done. If you say, well, figure it out, then you figure it out. You figure it out. And so it was like, okay, I'm going to call them, I'm going to talk to them, I'm going to tell them what's happening, and then I'm going to coach on that day. And then if someone's unable to do that, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get with them next week and I'll tell them I'll make it a double win for you. I'll actually coach for an hour instead of 30 minutes. We'll actually spend more time together. We'll do whatever we have to do to make sure you win, but there's always a way to do it. So what did that allow me to do? When a conflict of schedule came up, how do I keep God first, family second, and business third, and yet all 3 win? You see, family and business doesn't have to lose when God comes first. God and business doesn't have to lose when family is there. God and family doesn't have to lose when business is there. Do you understand what I'm saying? They all 3 work together. There's a way to win in all areas. Choose to be creative, choose to believe it can be done, and be completely honest and authentic with folks, and be willing to make up for if someone senses any type of a loss, and you'll be well on your way. You guys have a great Friday.